Hey there traders, thanks for joining me for this free video from thestockbandit.com. I'm sure glad that you made it. So we're going to do a quick index rundown and kind of eyeball some key levels for the indices to keep an eye on in the days ahead. We know this is what's going to influence how individual stocks are moving. So last week we saw a nice jump start to the week, a quick pop higher, which for the NASDAQ meant a breakout out of this little short-term range that we had been in prior to Monday. By the way, if you're not watching this video in full screen and on the 720p setting in the player, go ahead and shift over to that. You'll get the best quality. But Monday, we jumped through this 3090 area that had been some short-term resistance and saw a really nice surge higher after this little gap up. And in fact, I mentioned to subscribers at the site that that gap may get filled at some point, and I did not expect it to happen quite so quickly. But by Thursday, we had filled that gap on the NASDAQ. But more importantly, if you zoom in here, we were able to hold this 3090 level on the close for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Even though we saw minor losses each of those days, which erased a decent chunk of Monday's gains, we still held above this level. So that's still very important. So 3090 is a level to watch. We've also kind of got this 30, 44 area. It's not real clear. We'll just call it 3044. This is kind of the short-term support zone. And then right up here is going to be the high, which is at 3134. So those are kind of the levels to watch for the NASDAQ. For the S&P, this index remains pretty range-bound. Again, we tried to clear resistance at 1414 on Monday. We gave it right back on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Just spent the remainder of the week caught in these areas between this 1414 and this 1388. So we're still range bound here. This now is about 3 weeks that we've spent inside this range. That's not a bad thing when you consider that's following this 52-week high breakout type of move. So we're still holding higher, even though for the past few weeks it's just meant a lot of churning and not a whole lot taking place. For the Russell, last week on Monday we got through this 833 level again, and we actually ran right up to this 843 area. Before reversing lower for the remainder of the week. We actually finished unchanged on the week for the Russell. So we had finished the previous Friday at 8:30. We closed this past Friday at 8:30, and so there was no damage done here. But we're still kind of back at home on the range between this 8:15 and this 8:33. If we're able to get moving back to the upside, we'll need to watch this 8:47 high from last week, and then beyond that it's going to be 860, which as I zoom out here you'll see is from July of last summer. That's kind of the next level there on the chart. And then finally is going to be the Dow, which is also doing a nice job of holding higher. This prior high right here at 13055 was tested the previous week. Okay, we pulled back and then kind of reclaimed that, and then last week we jumped higher on Monday to kind of ease higher within this little short-term range, only to pull back again and test this 13055 area, which we held twice on Wednesday and Thursday on a closing basis. Friday we lifted a little bit more, but all in all, we're still caught between 13055 and this 13289 high. So we're not far from there, and certainly the Dow is still behaving well, kind of nice, clean little uptrend. It's rallying and resting, and this is still good constructive price action, even if it doesn't mean a lot of momentum on a day-to-day basis. So keep an eye on this 13289. Beyond that, to the upside, the next big level is going to be from 07. That's going to be the high at 14198. So there's a good look at the indices. If you're looking for some trade ideas in individual stocks to add to your own, stop by the site at thestockbandit.com. We've got a nightly newsletter where I'm sharing my trading plan. Love to show you what we're all about. We do offer a free trial with that. Other than that, stay tuned. I am going to be having a new feature here in the next few days, so stick around for that. That's all I'm going to say for now, but I'm excited about it. I think you're going to like it as well. So thanks for joining me for this video. I will have more for you soon, but in the meantime, trade like a bandit.